Gentleman from Texas is recognized for 5 minutes.
Madam Chairman, I rise to offer my amendment, which would address another restrictive and misguided federal law. Section 526 of the Energy Independence and Security Act prohibits federal agencies from entering into contracts for the procurement of an alternative fuel unless, quote, its life cycle greenhouse gas emissions, unquote, are less than or equal to emissions from an equivalent conventional fuel source produced from conventional petroleum sources. Simply put, my amendment would stop the government from enforcing the ban on the U.S. Department of Agriculture and all other federal agencies funded by the Ag Appropriations Bill. The initial purpose of Section 526 was to stifle the Defense Department's plans to buy and develop coal-based or coal-to-liquids jet fuels based on the opinions of environmentalists that coal-based jet fuels produce more greenhouse gas emissions than traditional petroleum. Earlier this week, I offered my similar amendment to the Milcon v. Probst bill, and it passed this House by a voice vote. My friend Mr. Conaway also had language added to the Defense Appropriation Authorization Bill to exempt the Defense Department from this burdensome regulation. We must ensure that our military becomes energy independent and can efficiently rely on domestic and more stable sources of fuel. But Section 526's ban on fuel choice applies to all federal agencies, not just the Defense Department. This is why I'm offering this amendment again today. While we hope the USDA is not going to be fueling up any jets anytime soon, the underlying bill does allow for the purchase of more than 400 new passenger vehicles. The Department of Agriculture's choice on fuel to power these vehicles to provide service to our nation's farmers and agriculture producers will be limited without my amendment. The USDA should not be burdened with wasting its time studying fuel emissions when there is a simple fix, and that's not to restrict their fuel choices based on extreme environmental views, policies, and regulations like Section 526. Madam Chairman, Section 526 makes our nation more dependent on Middle Eastern oil, and stopping the impact in 526 would help us promote American energy, improve the American economy, and create American jobs. I urge my colleagues to support the passage of this common sense amendment. And I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.